Today is kind of a body car day. I have not been able to get myself to exercise. I just have not felt good the last couple of days. But I'm going with the vehicles of change theme. My plan for today is to get the oil changed on the Explorer. I've always been really lucky. I usually find a mechanic that works within my budget. But I also thought I would take this opportunity, since my body doesn't feel good, we're not going to do any exercise or training today, is I don't think I've showed you the fabulousness of this Explorer. And the reason I'm showing it to you is it's a perfect metaphor. It's terrible on the outside. Terrible. I cannot believe how bad it is. But on the inside, it's actually pretty good. And, you know, as I get older, I'm thinking that's a better way to look at things, because that's a change that I am not excited about. A year from now, I won't remember today, but in this moment, it's all I can do to not toss my cookies. Well, if I'd eaten any, but you get the picture, which I won't show you. But it makes the point of today's vlog. Change, the constant dance between what I want and don't want, and mostly feeling out of control, making either one happen when and how I want it. I'm hoping that will help.
All the days we've spent together, you fear it's over soon, too many risks to take, just let us see what we'll be finding.
So we're going to take a little tour of the car. I'm not going to talk because I don't know how to make this work. So we are going to talk. Spattered with paint everywhere. Fabulous dents. Just scraped. Can you see that? Barely hanging on. Scraped. These are gone. And total side swipe. But not just on one side. On both sides. I don't know what happened here. Almost a year ago, I was very clear. I did not want to be here in this trailer for the winter, and yet here I am again. A year, it sounded like plenty of time to hatch a plan and make it happen. I've solved this kind of problem in an hour before. But change, it's fascinating if you think about it, because there's no avoiding it, only how you manage it. From total all-out destructive rage to the other end of passive submission, when time seems to have taken a vacation from your life. So inside, it's as bad, if not worse, than outside. And it's interesting, over time, I don't see it, but when I first got in, I almost had a heart attack. Can you see that? I don't know what happened there. The whole is just a mess. It's got paint everywhere. Kind of like this running joke. I never have radios that work. So the only thing that works about that stereo is if I plug in an iPod, the radio doesn't work, nothing else works. When what you want now never shows up, and what you don't want just doesn't get there fast enough. I wish I could share some kind of secret to all of this. But all I've found is this is life. And on some parts of this journey, change works out perfectly. And on others, I struggle with its lessons for me. The only thing I know to be true is change happens, both wanted and unwanted. And all I can do is keep moving forward. one step at a time, even when it feels like I'm moving at the speed of light or not moving at all. The point being is this thing is just creamed. But you know, when the mechanic looked at it, he said it was actually pretty darn good. So that teaches us one, don't judge a book by its cover. And also, sometimes your transportation vehicle, whether it's your body or your car or your house, because my trailer is just as bad, it may not look good on the outside, but it will take you where you want it to go, where you want to go. Can you see me now? I'm watching I have a couple different cameras. I cannot make the audio work. Somebody pointed that out. I apologize. There's a whole bunch of issues why that is the way it is. This is my better microphone. So I gave it a haircut. I'm trying to see if this works any better. So this is with the hairy microphone off. That is with the hairy microphone, the cover on, see if there's any difference. So I need to test that, see if maybe that will help take off some of the little bit of wind when it's outside. Today, this is what drives me crazy about change. And the biggest issue with change is what you can and can't control. And today was beautiful, or is beautiful and perfect. And I had an appointment right in the middle of the day, so I couldn't, do a big project. And I just feel awful. And so the worst part about this whole idea of change is what you can and can't control. And I call it a love-hate relationship, because when things change for the better, yee-haw. When you can't change what you want to change, it drives me crazy. And there is nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. I have found, though, when in doubt, do nothing. If I act out of impulse because of things I can't control, or I'm trying to change things before their time, I always make it worse. So when in doubt, do nothing. Say goodbye to our perfect, beautiful New Mexico day that I've hardly gotten to enjoy at all. We also want to say good time for 3 breaths, and most importantly,
All the memories and all the days we've spent together. You feel it so soon, too many risks to take. Just let us see when we'll be finding. Hey, come with us and walk along the road.
the only thing I like about it is the name, and it gets way better gas mileage than the Bronco did. We'll see you next time.